Hello everyone, this is Chris from Chris Dello Fitness, working on living for balance once again. Today I wanted to come to you and talk to you about nutrition on the go. This is our last day talking about nutrition on the go, and today I'm going to focus on the work environment or work functions. So some of you may work from home. Some of you may go into the office every day. Some of you, maybe you're not working, but you're home. And how do you make the right decisions or healthy decisions on some of the foods that you eat? Hey, Kath. So, thinking about some of those things, it's all really up to us. Nobody really controls what goes in your mouth, so you make that decision. But it's hard. Some days are harder than others. And it's all about willpower. It's all about control. And, some days, depending on our mood, depending on our stress level, that makes a difference on the choices that we make on some of the foods that we have. I've been struggling for the last month of being off routine and not really cooking much, not doing meal planning. But because I have that foundation of making good, healthy choices, I'm still making healthy choices for the most part. But there are days that I'm falling off and I'm not where I like to be. So when you're working from home, what are some things that you can do to still stay on track and focus with your nutrition? So first of all, most often, if you're the one who buys the groceries or puts that grocery list together, don't buy the unhealthy options so you're tempted by that. So staying away from some of those things that really kind of test you with a little bit of your willpower and control. And then planning your meals for the day, thinking about what you're going to have for your meals, what you're going to have for your snacks. So when it's time for lunch, you're not scrambling around in the refrigerator. You have some idea of what you're going to have. Same thing for your snacks. Try to focus on fruit for your snacks. Then, like I said before, don't let the emotions and stress eating get in the way. There's going to be things that come up, distractions that happen, and sometimes when we can be very vulnerable depending on our emotions and stress that is happening at a particular moment, and then we're like, who cares? Like, I'm going to eat what I want. And then you kind of fall into, this cycle of bad choices. So those are just some tips at home. And then we've got like the devil and the angel, Should I not? I don't know. I want it, but I shouldn't have it. I know I shouldn't have it, but oh my gosh, it would taste so good, but then I'm not going to feel good after I have it. It's like you have this craziness in your head that you're, nonstop thinking about that struggle. And the struggle is real. Some days easier than others. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I still struggle. But I've learned a lot along the way to make better decisions. So for those of you who go to the office and you have work functions, that is really tough. There's breakfasts that you have to go to. There is your breakfast meetings, their luncheons, and then you have these dinner events. And then there's like all this food. Now, sometimes maybe if you're lucky, there are healthy options. But, recently I've been to some meetings and it's Danish, it's donuts. So what can you do to avoid some of those things? First of all, eating breakfast before you go into those meetings and making sure that you're not going in starving and then you eat like whatever's in front of you. Or bring your own breakfast with you. For me, I personally, when I'm on the go and have to get out the door early, I'm going to make my Shakeology because I know that's a healthy meal. It's going to fill me up and I'm getting good nutrients to start my day. When you're thinking about lunch options, bring your own lunch. Don't be tempted by the luncheons and the things and the foods that people are going to be bringing in. And especially if there aren't healthy options and you have no choice. So, making sure that you have your own lunch. And say no to the chips. Say no to the dessert. Grab the fruit instead. And dinner events. So when you have dinner events, if you go all day and you don't eat because you know, oh, we've got this dinner event, I'm so excited, there's going to be so many good things to eat. That's the worst thing you can do, is going into those events hungry and in the mindset of like, oh my gosh, now I can have whatever I want because I didn't eat all day. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself, is not eating all day. Eating right before the event is really good because that fills you up a little bit. You won't be tempted by the bad choices. Or if you know you have a dinner event, then eat well all day and save sort of your cheat for your evening meal. If you have meetings all day and you're eating out and you have no control of the food, then you've got to decide where you're going to make the healthy options and where maybe you're going to have a little bit of a cheat. And sometimes when you're away and you're traveling, you have dinner events every single night. So then how do you say no to the dessert every night? So maybe you decide that, okay, I'm going to pick one night that I'm going to have dessert, or I'm going to have a bite of dessert or 2 bites of dessert. I know it's really hard for some of you to do that, but I can eat 2 M&Ms and be satisfied, and satisfy that sweet tooth. So, and then, like I said, plan ahead for when you know you have work functions, and always have healthy snacks at your desk, in your car, so that way you're not having to reach for the unhealthy snacks that are really not going to help you get through the rest of your work day. And you eat that donut in the morning, and then you're in an hour or 2 hours you're exhausted and you're tired and you have no energy. But if you have some eggs and protein and healthy fats in the morning, you're going to be so much more energized. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of share some tips. So for those of you who work at home, making and planning ahead with what you're going to eat for the day. And then for those of you who go to work and you have work functions, either preparing your own lunch or bringing healthy snacks, or getting in the mindset before you go into the lunch, the dinner, evening events, that you decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to have, 1 or 2 glasses of wine and no dessert, or whatever that may be for you. And, there's always usually healthier options. The choice is up to you. It's your willpower. It's your control. Like I said at the beginning, you have control of what you put in your mouth. But it's here. It starts here. And that's really the hard part some days. So that's my little few tips on nutrition on the go. And I'll be posting my blog later. So if you missed this and you want a few more ideas, you can check that out. And I will be back tomorrow with a whole new series. And it's kind of going along with what's been going on in my life and what I'm seeing going on in so many of you out there, what is happening at this time of the year, which is really tough. And then I'm going to have a big announcement. So those of you who've been watching me and checking in and getting some tips from me, be sure to check out my page and see what's coming up next. So thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, and I don't know, where are we at? Lunchtime. Yes, we're at lunchtime right now. So go out and make that healthy choice and do something good for your body and your mind, and that gives you energy to get through the rest of your work day. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.